They're basically uprooting a lot of and displacing a lot of families that have come here. I mean, that have invested a lot in this state, economically, socially, and I mean their livelihood is basically being crushed because they don't have the proper papers. I disagree with how they came, but I mean now that they're here, I mean 10, 12 years, 20 years in, there's no way that you can tell someone that they have to uproot their entire life and just go. I mean, that's just not right. I don't think that's fair at all. I mean, would you want someone to do that to your family? Would you want someone to come into your house or come into your place of business or work where you've invested so much time, resources, and tell you that, okay, that's it, that's the wrap, you have to go? I mean, that's just, it's wrong, right? A part of it just, it doesn't feel right. I feel like if a person has been here 5, 10, 12 years, there's no way you can ask them to just uproot their entire life, their families, everything, and just make them leave. That's just ridiculous.
Do you think workers here in Alabama will take over those jobs that are being displaced?
No. I'm just going to go ahead and be honest and say it. Our economy is driven, our agriculture industry here in Alabama is driven by a majority Latino demographic. So, I mean, that would just be crazy to try to overlook that, to rule that out.
Talking about the agriculture industry, the construction industry.
These are some jobs where training, I mean, a lot of training is required. On-the-job training is required. A lot of prior knowledge is required, and some people, they've got to complacent in the jobs that they have. For instance, I know in the African American community, there are certain things that we do not care to revisit. There are certain things we would not care to do over again because it's too much like slavery. It's too much a reminder of a lot of the hardships that our ancestors and our predecessors had to endure. So we won't do it. I wouldn't think it's comparable to what happened during the Civil Rights era because they pulled out guns, hoses, dogs during the Civil Rights era. So, I mean, I would think that would be a little bit of a stretch, but I do feel that it's wrong. I mean, it's a lesser evil, but yeah, I don't think it would be comparable to what happened.
You think it's a civil rights issue? What's happening with immigrant struggle?
Yeah, because they know who it will affect, who it will target the most, who it will hit the hardest, and that's the Latino population, the Latino demographic here in Alabama.